And welcome to Maximizing Your Marketing and Fundraising. This is for nonprofit marketers and fundraisers. And welcome to anyone that is here live right now. There will also be a replay, but I really recommend that as you see something that you want to take advantage of, go ahead and take screenshots of the image. But also at the end, I will be providing the email that you can send and schedule a chat or contact me if you have questions. We'll be going through the presentation, and for those of you live with me this morning, I'll be taking questions live at the end. So, who am I? I've been in the nonprofit sector for over 30 years, and my name is Dr. Victoria Boyd. I've had the pleasure of exploring, researching, and listening to the needs of nonprofit organizations. I've been an executive director. I have been a founder. I have merged them. I have closed them. I've really served on all levels of the nonprofit administrative organization tree or ladder. And so I got to learn intimately some of their needs and what really makes nonprofits tick. So enough about me. Let's get into what nonprofits see as their top three challenges. And this really also comes from the resource of BoardSource. The top three challenges, and most nonprofits will say that their top challenge is fundraising, but actually the top challenge is marketing. Then it's fundraising, and surprisingly, adaptability. Marketing is pretty easy to understand. It's getting your voice out there, communicating with the community, communicating with your potential donors, communicating with those that you want to attend events. It's really putting out your voice, making the community aware of what you're doing. And there's very specific things you need to do as you're creating your marketing plan or you're launching marketing strategies. And I'll talk about those in a minute. Number two is fundraising. And the reason that is second is because if you don't do marketing, your fundraising will suffer. And so it is actually your number two challenge. And then the surprising one, adaptability. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, well, we've always done it this way. This is working for us. Adaptability means that you're looking at all of the current resources and tools that are available to you, and you're looking to see if you can't implement them. I see so many nonprofits that are using old school, yep, I'm dating myself when I use that term, but they're using old strategies for audiences that are looking for them in different ways. And we'll be talking a little bit more about that. So here's the problem. What's happening and what I see, because I help a lot of nonprofits put together their programs, I see ineffective websites. I don't mean you're not supposed to have a website, but I am going to tell you how they're ineffective in a minute. There's ineffective marketing, and that in turn makes your fundraising ineffective. So we're going to look at those problems. Okay, websites. All of you have them. If you don't, you need to have a website. Many organizations say, well, we have a social media page on Instagram or Facebook. That is not a website. You need to have what I call a professional presence on the internet, because the very first thing a potential donor or anyone that's looking for you, they will Google you to look for your website. So you at least need to have a web presence. It makes your organization come across as viable, credible, and professional. But with those websites, most organizations have too many options. And what happens is, if a visitor is looking for something, there's no clear path. They have to search and click and try to find what they need. And in this day of quickness and technology and the whole digital world, they need to find it fast or they leave. Or what the site is, it's not focused. There's so many different things, too many choices. And what that all means is that you lose visitors, and that's what you don't want to do. If they're looking for something specific, they need to find it. But we're going to think about how they find it in a different format. So, what is your marketing strategy? How are you putting all of the pieces together? Or are you even putting those pieces together? Yes, you should have websites. And then you might be sending out actual hard mail through the US postal system. That's another strategy. With that, are you building a list or your contact? And do you have it in a management system? Of course, email is one of the most easiest strategies. Many people say, oh, email is no good anymore. Don't believe that. Email is still one of the strongest ways to communicate with your network, your contact list. Text is always also growing in popularity. So that means that you also need to start gathering their phone number as you're gathering that information and building out your database. Many big nonprofits use what is called a management system like Razor's Edge or Blackbaud. They're very, very, very expensive. When I was in a huge organization, both back in Michigan and I'm now in Nevada, those systems cost close to $50,000 a year. They had very high monthly fees because of all of the attributes they provided that many small to mid-sized nonprofits, you don't really need all of those things. And unless you have a very huge budget, that it really is overkill for you. So you need a contact management system that is a little bit less robust, but will get it done. Are you doing blogs? Yes, blogs for nonprofits. That means, are you talking about what impact you're having in the community? Do you do online ads? And you might wonder, why do I need an ad? Let's say, do you need people to come to your events? Do you have programs? Many times it's nice to do an online ad because it can be very targeted. And of course, social media, that's almost a mainstay now. Now, these are all processes, and looking at them, they need to be pieced together so that they work together. And if they're not coordinated into a system, it will leave gaps. That means the right hand might not know what the left hand is doing. I'm sure we've all seen that. And so you need processes that are connected. Processes create systems. So let's keep that in mind. All of the different processes and how you want to connect them into a system. If you don't have your processes, if you don't have systems in place, it will cost your organization time and money. Time is many organizations overlook it, but that does have a monetary value. And money is pretty obvious that if you're not bringing in funding and things like that, it costs your organization. So let's look and think about saving time and money. So what you need, technology driven systems. It's out there. We got it. So let's use it. Maybe you haven't explored them. And that's where the adaptability factor, that number 3 challenge. I've worked with tons of boards, and unfortunately, some are set in their ways, or I've even had them say, oh, well, we just don't use Facebook. We don't need that technology. We don't need this, we're just a small organization. Technology is out there for us to use, and your audience looks for it. You have to go where your audience is in order to attract them, in order to get them to listen to you. So using old school ways is not going to move you forward. So if we've got the technology, why not use it? So with a system, it will fill the gaps, save you time, and save you money. It will help fix that broken piggy bank that you might have sitting up on the wall. But also, you will see how easy it is to implement different strategies and think about all of the different areas your nonprofit serves or what you do as an organization. It will help you organize all that and make implementation so easy. With systems, you will connect the dots automatically. And I have automatically really highlighted because that is a key term you want to think about: automation. You want to have everything working together automatically so that you don't have to have someone come in there and enter data into a database. You want it to automatically show up. You want emails to respond, which is called an autoresponder. So all of these automations will help you take all of that scattered information and make it turn into knowledge for your organization. And let's talk more about that. System supports marketing best practices will have aligned marketing. And what I mean by that is that the marketing, your message, has identified a targeted audience or that ideal audience for the message that you're sending out. Nonprofits have several messages. You have two sets of audience. You want to attract donors, and they want to hear something different. They want to hear about the impact that you're having in the community, how you're changing lives, how their money or their support will also have impact in the community. So that message is different. If you're doing an event, you're throwing out a huge net. And so therefore you want to attract many people to that event. And so that's a different targeted audience. Yes, eventually you want to have them evolve into being donors, but first you need to get them to the event. And so the message about that event is: when is it? How exciting is it going to be? Why they should come? And that's a different message if you're sending out to just your donors for an appeal. What these aligned marketing uh, campaigns do is they create and build relationships. And you need relationships to equal fundraising. You use and leverage those relationships to ask for support. So it's important that these systems are working together and you have the right messaging in each platform. So how can you possibly do that? First of all, number one marketing best practices: you focus on one topic at a time. Now, back when I was talking about your website, I mentioned you websites are like brochures for any organization, for a company, for a nonprofit. It is there to list everything that the company provides. There's generally many different pages. You would have programs, you would have a tab for how to support us, you would have a tab for donating, for volunteers. On the front page, you would talk about your mission and the impact you're having. And so it is a brochure. That means it's a compilation of everything you do. But when you're doing marketing, you want to focus on just one item within that huge, big website. And how do you do that? You target pages. So it's called a landing page, where you are on one page, you are just talking about fundraising. It might be a donor appeal. It might be, we're doing this event, come out and support us. It might be a call for volunteers for future events, for long-term activities, wherever you might need them. or it might be demonstrating the programs or announcing the programs. And here you might be recruiting those that need your services. And if you listen to how I was explaining each different area, those are totally different messages that you're trying to send out. And so you need a separate page for each one of those so that you're not losing a visitor, but you're targeting a visitor and you know exactly what they're looking for. I know it sounds complicated and you're probably sitting there going, oh, how can I have all of these different pages and all of this stuff? It sounds so time consuming. It doesn't have to be. Let technology guide the process. Like I said, it's out there. We can do it. Let's use it. Your message even can be integrated with artificial intelligence marketing technology. Intelligence technology, if you haven't come across it or you're not using it already, and you probably are and don't realize it, if you are using or have focused on any keywords or SEO, your site optimization, that is using artificial intelligence. What it's doing, it's sending, they call them spiders, or it's like they search the internet for topics that relate to what your keywords are, and they gather them together. If you have not, excuse me, set up your website to be SEO optimized, where you've actually done some beta or meta input into some of the pages, that does take a lot of time. And whoever built out your website might have done it for the main page. But just think about every page and every item you need. Those things have to be done for each page. So let the technology guide the process. And what I'm going to be talking about, it includes artificial marketing technology. I got excited about what I'm using, and I wouldn't even show it to you if I was not already using it. What you're looking at here are several of the different pages that I have created. These are targeted pages. For example, up in the upper left-hand corner, if the whole page was shown, it would show the Philanthropreneur Foundation. I'm the founder of the Philanthropreneur Foundation. We are a nonprofit that does support and helps other nonprofits through education, awareness, and resources. This webinar is one of the programs that we do with helping nonprofits understand and learn about some of the resources and opportunities that are out there that will help them become more effective. Our System Summit, which is right next to that, that is a program that we run. It is a virtual conference or summit that we do. Our next one is in October. So on that page, we speak specifically about System Summit. Next to that one is called Voices from the Field. We are putting together an anthology book of stories from nonprofits and businesses that have partnered together to help them show and the impact they're having in the community, but also it will help them raise funds because they can use it as a fundraiser, and it's a marketing tool for the business. I could go through all of these, but there's several more. In fact, I've even added a couple more as I'm doing different projects. And near the end of this presentation, you'll be given a couple of landing pages to go visit. But with the tool I'm using, I can create unlimited websites or landing pages. You can call it a website or a landing page. Just know that on that page, there's only going to be one specific topic talked about. It will be simple, to the point. You could even use your current URL if you want to. It's not necessary, but just remember, you can target a specific audience, and that's so valuable. The reason you want to do that is because with each page that you create, there's a place that you're going to put keywords in. You put those keywords in, and those keywords are related to your target audience. And this particular tool does social marketing for you. The list that's on the right-hand side here, these are the keywords that I inserted for the Flantrepreneur Foundation's page: website, marketing, fundraising, digital marketing, nonprofit organization, marketing strategies, event marketing, marketing for nonprofits, effective marketing, and email marketing. Now, when I talked about artificial intelligence, it takes those 10 keywords and really goes out and scans the entire internet and brings back an article or something related to it automatically for you. And so when you go into the social marketing area of this tool, it already has an article for you. So this is created daily. And I'm pointing to what was created actually a couple of weeks ago, but at the bottom are all of those that were created for my other sites and those that I've put out and shared. All you have to do to share it is click the post, which is that green button at the on that image, and it will take you to all of your social media outlets that you've connected to this tool. It's so easy. I didn't believe it at first. And I guess that's why I'm doing this workshop now, because I actually fell in love with it and was like, oh my God, I have to tell people about it, because this is really taking a lot of the frustration and pain and time. It's saving you money, all of those things I've been talking about. But this is how you're generating artificial intelligent social media post, and you can do it for each of the pages that you create. So if you're doing an event, you can post just about that event and when it is and things like that. So that's the social media marketing. And like I said, it automatically finds a related article and creates a landing page. Now, this is the important part. You don't even have to do this. I showed you that post. Now, people will want to read the article, but you want to collect who's reading this article, who's interested in this. This will help build your database. Instead of you having to go through the whole process of creating what is called an opt-in, it does it automatically. So for them to get access to that article, they then click on your post. It takes them to, and this is called a landing page, an opt-in. It's already set up for you. They enter their name and email. You can also add a telephone number, and then they click read article. And their information automatically goes into your database. The good thing about it is you know exactly which article they are reading, what they're interested in. And so now it has already, in the customer relation management terms, tagged them. So you know exactly where they are. Fantastic, simple. You don't have to set it up. It's easy. It automatically creates these email lists. Now, this is the page where, let's say, people click through and wanted to see it. It will tell you how many, and it puts them in individual email list. So you can see and know exactly what a visitor is interested in. This works great for nonprofits, but also many individuals who are involved in nonprofits. They might be on the board. And those are many times business owners. This also works great for business owners. So it's really a tool that is great for entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, independent business owners, and nonprofits. But it puts them in email lists. Now it says here, email campaigns. Like I said, every time someone clicks, it creates an email list. But you can also create email campaigns, and those are called autoresponders. Each page has built in an autoresponder, and it can send a series of emails or texts if you've gathered their telephone number over a period of time. And it's all automated. Yes, those emails have to be built out, that is the content, but I have a solution for that too. So let's say as soon as someone clicks on it, they get what we call email number one. And that might be just thanking them for their interest. And then 3 days later, they get something else from your organization. And then a week later, you can build out as many email responses that you want. And in one of the classes, I taught nonprofit management at UNLV for almost 9 years. One of the classes that I talked about, in the class, I talked about the whole touch points. How many touch points does your organization need to become front of mind so that you stay as a front of mind organization for any individual? It's very similar to any business. You don't get a sale or build a relationship on one communication. It takes several over a long period to build that relationship. So you want to stay your organization's name in front of those individuals that have shown an interest. You want to continue to communicate with them. And that's what autoresponders will help you do. Once you set up one series, you never have to go back again and do it. It's all automated. But what it does is keeps those interested individuals in the loop. In one of those emails, you might ask them if they're interested in coming to an event. Do they want to get on your events list? And that's how you start separating and tagging them for the different areas that they are interested in. It sounds complicated, but actually it's quite simply automated. And once it's set up, you really don't even have to go back to it again. This reinforces all of this automation, the know, like, and trust theory. Once again, if you're in business, you know that people do business with individuals they know, like, and trust. You want your organization first. You want everyone to know about it. You want them to like you, and you want them to trust you. And that's when they will start donating to you. So this reinforces that theory. Now, I've been talking about, all of the landing pages, and I don't know if you even know if your current website is desktop and mobile enabled. I'm going to say, as an assumption, most are not. Most of those websites that I actually visit when doing some of my research or working with the organization, their websites are not mobile enabled. And so when you open them, all of the formatting has become garbled. It comes up in the wrong order. And that can become problematic because when someone goes to your website on their phone, and most people in this day and age are searching for on the internet or for organizations on their phone, you want it to look right. What this tool does, it automatically enables it for you. The one image on the left here is the desktop view. And this is the page, a page that I created. And the one on the right is the phone view. I didn't have to do anything special. It created it automatically for me. And it's set up, and you preview it. If you like the way it looks, you just keep on moving. These are easy to build. I don't know if any of you have ever been in charge of building your organization's website, but the web designer will ask you to provide pictures and images, or if they have to use their own library, sometimes it's not what you want. But this tool comes with a full library already in their image library. I pulled up the government and nonprofit images, and you can see there's a variety of pictures. It can scroll down, there's many more available, but there's a lot of different areas. Yes, you can import and put your own images, your own logos and things, but just think about it. It comes with a library that you can easily sort through by industry and find some appropriate images to use. Images are important on these pages. You need tools and features like analytics because you want to look to see how your pages are performing. Many people forget about the whole analytics. There's Google Analytics, and there's different ways to rank and look at performance reports, but this comes with it. You can do online targeted ads. If you've ever used Facebook ad feature, you know you have to go through a series of questions and ask, where do you want this to go? Who do you want this to go to? What type of person do you want to see this ad? You can also do text messaging. With this format, it's there. I personally don't have it activated. That's why it's not showing up as dark. But it probably soon. It's just at this point I don't need it. But it also comes with a full database. And I really want to emphasize full database because it's unlimited. If any of you are using some of the customer relation management tools, CRMs, such as MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, Constant Contact, Get Response, when you sign up for those, there's a limited amount, or you pay by the number of contacts that you have in your database. With this tool, it's unlimited. You also want to look at the community and resources. With this tool, there's a full set of teams. You can join as many teams as you want, but the tool itself provides a team where it gives weekly training and communication and resources. You can look at all of the different content that some of these resources put out there. You probably aren't interested in the affiliate program unless your organization provides services to other organizations that might need this tool. It could become a residual income for you, but I'm not even going to go into that at this point. And of course, there's a support area, and they are totally fast to respond. I have the next button, Nerd Now. We call it our nerds. And these are professionals that work behind the scenes for this particular tool. Creative Pro, it's a great resource for you that if you don't want to write emails or even create your website, you can hire these nerds to do it for you. And the turnaround time is generally between 24 and 48 hours because we're not talking about page after page after page of a website. We're talking about a landing page where you're focused on one topic. Now, if you've been, once again, involved in building out your organization's website, remember you have one site. Yes, you can have many different pages, but generally they're building out one site for you, or you're doing a campaign. The website, I know the last website I had built out was $3,500. I had, I believe, 10 pages, but then I had to add some other things. They designed it, signing up for the host, the domain name, the server, who's going to put it out there. All of that was at least $700, generally more, but I'll just leave it at 700. Email and autoresponders. Those are the things I was just talking about. ActiveCampaign, Constant Contact, different customer relations where you set up responders. All of those for the minimum, just 500. And I hope you want more than 500 contacts, but they are a per month price. Usually runs between $49, $100 per month. Sometimes you can pay over the whole year, but it's still a monthly fee. Traffic ads. Once again, those can become very expensive. Nonprofits don't go into a lot of use of those, but then just the marketer or to write the texts and emails, even if it's a staff person, that time has value. That time should be counted as a cost. So what if you're looking at just one marketing campaign or one website? This is about $1,650 just to get up and running. And then you have monthly ongoing costs and fees that repeat themselves month after month. Generally, to do a comprehensive marketing campaign for all of the different areas, events, fundraising, volunteers, and programs, you're going to spend about $300 to $400 per month just to keep all of those systems going, for the autoresponders, for the CRM, for the ads, for the marketer, for emails. Okay, let's talk about what I've been talking about. It's online marketing that doesn't have to be expensive. That's why I got so excited, because I do have a nonprofit, the Philanthropreneur Foundation. I'm always looking for cost-effective strategies, tools, or different platforms that not only I can use, but I can share with those other nonprofits that I'm trying to support. Also, online marketing doesn't have to be frustrating. And that's where that adaptability, the number 3 challenge, really comes into play. Many board members or even workers just aren't up to date or even skilled in doing online marketing and all of the technology that's required. And they don't have to be. It's not their role. But Nowsite marketing can alleviate all of that. What they provide, you get the processes you need: unlimited landing pages or websites. And that's key, because you can have those targeted pages where, when a potential supporter finds it, they're going to go straight to what interests them. They don't have to swim through and try to find it on your website. Every website is optimized to rank high on Google. As soon as you put in those keywords, it is SEO optimized. It comes with email marketing. It's intuitive and automated, and it is already targeted to that audience. You can have unlimited contacts. There's no cap at 500 or 1,000. Even MailChimp, which was free for so long, they have capped it at 2,000. Then you have to go into the payment plan or a premium plan. All of your pages are managed and can be marketed anywhere, and they are optimized for desktop or mobile use automatically. You have unlimited file storage. That often becomes an issue. This tool gives you unlimited websites and file storage. I love their support. Like I said, they get back to you within 24 hours. You can ask them any question. There's ways to sign up to have them write things. It's the Nerd Squad. Great support system. And you get detailed analytics, all inclusive. It comes with it. So if you want those nerds done for you by the nerds, and you can hire a nerd anytime for a 30-minute session, or you can just hand it over them excuse me, to do your website design, do the email marketing, do the SMS marketing. And these are all like autoresponders. To create the CRM and your analytics and look at that and analyze it. How about creating those online ads? And then finally, you can have social media nerd. You don't really need all of these, but they're there for you. I have used the email marketing where they set up a series of 6 different emails, and I have looked at and talked to the online ad nerds to see what direction and how I want to invest some funds in the future for that. But you can talk to or get, in all of these different areas, someone to help you. Me personally, I don't think you need them, because the site is so easy to do. You've been sitting there, okay, I know I'm trying to promote something. The reason I'm trying to promote it is because I have found it to be so useful to me as a nonprofit organization. And it is so reasonably priced, I could not just let it go. Even if this is just an education and awareness for you, know that there is a tool out there. The regular price for everybody, you get everything I mentioned, everything for $47 a month. Or if you pay for the whole year, it's 444. That's 37 a month. How have you been able to build a website like that? I even know website designers that will do management for you after they build it. They charge 199 just to manage your website. And that's not even doing any marketing for you. But a big thing is nonprofits for this Nowsite get 15% discount. All you have to do is send in your proof of status, and that's your determination letter from the IRS. And that makes the subscription $39.95, and it includes everything I went over. I couldn't just sit back and not share it with you. So I just want to make you aware of that because it will save you time and generate more funds. It will save you time and money. Plus, I'm happy because I found this support group. They're on Facebook. It's called the Marketing Support Squad. And if you sign up, I automatically put you in this group. And that's where you can bring any question and answer. I mean, these are professionals that have like 78 years combined experience. And they do a weekly 2-hour virtual meeting, just providing support, answering questions, and even giving ideas and marketing concepts out there. I was quite impressed. I've gone to several of their meetings. I happen to be a little bit more tech savvy, and so I haven't had a lot of questions, but just some of the concepts and how to build out some different things I was quite impressed with. So all of this was me trying to help you start saving money and time with your nonprofit. It's called Nowsite Marketing. And just as a thank you for coming to the workshop today, and I am going to take individual questions afterwards, I want to give you a thank you and save you $40. And to get that, you just have to visit. This is where I want you to take a screenshot of the presentation so that you can remember this website, Boyd Nowsite Save 40.now.site. And it will give you the details and a coupon code to sign up for Nowsite. It is a tool, it is a strategy. It is helping you adapt and become and move your organization into this big technology world and use artificial intelligence, use the marketing best practices to build out your fundraising, marketing, and be adaptable. Here's some more resources just because I know we're getting back into going and doing live events. I know, and I'm going to be talking about what did you do in 2020, but we're getting back out there. And there are some great strategies if you get a vendor table and you have a vendor booth at some of these live events. There's a workshop tomorrow, Thursday, July 15th at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time on the strategies and some real cool tools you can use. One is a QR code that you can have on your phone, and it actually, every contacted person you talk to, you can get them into your database on site immediately. But it's called the Local Vendor Workshop .now.site. Local Vendor Workshop. And it's for those that do local vendor. In fact, I have one August 17th where I have a booth. I will be at this workshop tomorrow, July 15th. I'm saying the date because if you're looking at the replay, it might be out of date, but they come back once a month also, and you can check back to see when the next one might be. Another thing I want to ask you, how many fundraisers or events did you do in 2020? I know that's sort of like a stupid question because it was probably zero. Problem with that is it didn't have to be. If you had been doing virtual events, and I want to say now, virtual events should become an ongoing strategy and on your to-do list. It's not going to go away. I know we love to have our galas and our face-to-face experiences, but during 2020, many people got used to being on the internet. They were introduced to it, and so they're not opposed to it now. And you really can expand exponentially those people that you reach by adding a virtual component or just doing a virtual event. And so I invite you to look at virtual fundraising. I have found, once again, another great tool, and I'm going to be doing a virtual auction in August and during my system summit. But I want to show you how to implement a virtual auction. So I'm inviting you to go to a demo and just watch what it is. What it is, you're going to be and participate and experience a real-time auction in a live demo. There's going to be an auctioneer, and they're going to be auctioning off different items. You get to bid on it. Actually, it was so much fun. I was laughing my head off when I went to the demo. But I want to invite you to go to the demo because it is a sound and viable platform that you need to think about to add, not replace, but to add and enhance your fundraising activities, a virtual silent auction. There's two ways that you can do it. They'll explain it. You could have a hybrid where you have people virtually coming on to a website to watch the auction, and you can have live bidders. So if you're doing a real face-to-face event with people in a room, they can actually have paddles and the auctioneer can combine it. I'm looking at the totally silent auction that is all virtual. I'm going to test that first, but that's an option for you. You could run it for a week and see and do the promotion for it. You could use your Nowsite tool to promote it. If you notice all of these websites, I am using Nowsite landing pages for all of this. But go on over to virtualfundraising.now.site and sign up for a demo. You'll have a ton of fun. I did. So if you have questions, and I'm going to be taking live questions right after this, if you have any, but you can schedule a chat with me anytime at drvictoriaboyd.com/book me. And these are Zoom chats, so they're live. Or you can always just shoot me an email at vboyd@drvictoriaboyd.com.